his job and economic instability followed. He found another job, but it didn't pay much. The house we were renting in Echo Park was bought by a company. We could no longer afford rent, so we had no other choice than to move. So my family and I moved back to our hometown in South Central. Throughout these years, my anger just grew. The feeling of impotence was unbearable. I saw how capitalism did not care about the working class. I saw how the media, owned by corporations, did not start paying attention to the oppressed of this country until the upper classes started feeling the effects of the economic recession. It was as though the working class, those who could barely feed their families, didn't exist until the government started talking about them. This is when my class consciousness started coming in. I realized that America was a class society. The false belief that we live in a classless society is a lie. After my family moved, my dad got sick and could no longer work. My mom started cleaning houses to support my family. Yet regardless of how many hours my two siblings, my mother, and I worked, we couldn't make ends meet. There were times when I saw how my mother searched in her bag to see if she had enough money to buy a snack. I saw how she scrambled for change to see if she had enough money to take the bus. I saw how my parents would stand in bread lines because they couldn't afford to buy groceries. I grew tired of seeing my mother's face of desperation when she knew she didn't have enough money for the rent. I realized that this government didn't care about its citizens. The politicians only showed up when elections were near. They made false promises. I still remember how in the 2008 election, Obama came to Los Angeles Trade Technical College to speak to the youth who lived in South LA, mostly Latinos and African Americans. Once he got elected, he never came back. Now he goes to USC. I realized that the capitalist system was created to benefit the elite. This system was built to keep minorities divided, to keep the working class from uniting and realizing that those who run the government, those who run Wall Street are real enemies. I knew that the capitalist system no longer worked. I knew that it was only good to make people ashamed when they didn't make it to the top, even though the system was built for it to be this way. The corporations are never blamed. It has been us, the working class, who has helped those in power get rich. It has been our hard work and sweat that has made this country what it is, yet we get nothing. We only get cuts to our social services, to education, to healthcare, to public transportation. I joined the PSL because I was no longer satisfied with just voting. I wanted to take action. I could no longer stand on the sidelines. I knew that if I wanted things to change, I had to do something. I wanted a better life for my family, for my community, for my people. The PSL stands with those who have lost their voices, for the working class, for the victims of capitalism. I joined because I knew that no change would come from above. It would come from the working class. Thank you.